What's your best truth or dare gone wrong moment? Story 1. I was young at my cousin's house. 3 boys. We had 2 other cousins over as well. A boy and a girl. So the 6 of us thought it would be fun to play truth or dare. The first dare dealt to me was to release my cousin's grandma's bird from its cage. They reassured me that they do it all the time and it's no big deal. I do it, the bird flies out, hits the ceiling fan, and is no more. Story 2. Had the classic friend who dares a girl to make out with me in a closet. The girl and I sat in the closet and she told me there was no way that was happening. She was nice enough to tell her friend I was a good kisser. But that just led to me disappointing her friend as she was my first kiss. Story 3. Playing Truth or Dare Jenga. Pull the block saying kiss the person on your left. I place a sweet gentle kiss on the cheek of the girl to my left. She blushes. Fast forward 11 years. I am single and she has half my stuff. Story 4. Early high school got dared to kiss the girl next to me. She recoiled in embarrassment/fear. So I lost the dare. The joke's on her. 12 years later, we met in a bar, and now we're in a relationship. Story 5. My friends and I used to play Truth or Dare at the hospital. For reference, we were in our late teens, old enough so we couldn't do this stuff at home with our parents in the next room, but not old enough to hang out at bars. So we chose the hospital parking lot because it was a big place where people left us alone. We'd play this game in our parked car. Yes, it's all very weird but puts the story in perspective. One cold and miserable winter night, a guy in our group was dared to exit the vehicle naked and run a single lap around the car. He was pretty crazy, so this was no big deal for him. The guy, let's call him Herman, stripped down and jumped out of the car, ran a lap, and then tried to open the door again. But for some reason, this triggered the car alarm with the rest of us sitting inside. Instead of climbing back in, Herman decided to run into a little area near the main building, crouching down near one of those cages that hold the gas meters and electrical equipment. It looked like the opening scene of The Terminator. While Herman hid between the cage and some bushes, a security guard came out of nowhere and walked toward the car. By this time, the alarm had stopped. He stared at our car from a distance, saw nobody near it, and somehow didn't notice us sitting inside. Turned around and left. As soon as the guard vanished, Herman came sprinting back to the vehicle across the icy parking lot and was spotted by someone else who began yelling. He jumped back in and we sped off. And that was our last night hanging out at the hospital. Story 6. So, right after high school, on a trip with 3 friends, we ended up playing Truth or Dare and somehow I was dared to swallow a tablespoon of salt. Now, this is way before the cinnamon challenge, and I have no idea what made my friend dare me this. But I am not a pansy and swallowed that whole spoonful. I thought I wasn't going to survive that. My throat instantly dried up, and I could not figure out how to breathe right. After about 15 minutes and a ton of water, I lived. That wasn't a good idea at all. Story 7. Was playing Truth or Dare and got dared to lick the bare inner thigh of a girl I liked. Just as I was about to do it, she went pale and ran away to the toilet to throw up for a few minutes. I was pretty gutted until somebody pointed out that a couple of minutes before she had been dared to eat a daffodil. We thought she would eat a couple of petals or something, but she was a trooper. Ate the whole head in one bite, then took lots of little bites along the stem, like nom 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 nom. 2 mouthfuls and the whole thing was gone. The next day, somebody was telling their parents about it, and they informed us that daffodils are poisonous, and that if she hadn't thrown up, she might have had to go to the hospital. Still pretty gutted I never got to lick her leg, and anything else that it might have led to. But at least the prospect of that wasn't what caused the vomiting. Story 8. Not me, but I remember a post about someone being dared to go home, and they did. Story 9. Steve dared Molly to kiss me. I gave him $20 to do it. Molly ran out of the room crying. Story 10. University, all drunk. Friend dared his girlfriend to make out with another chick. She did. Awesome. She likes it. They flirt / talk a lot during drinking. End of night comes. They go home. Back to her dorm room together. My friend / the boyfriend isn't invited. Weeks later, girlfriend actually leaves him to be with the other girl. Story 11. A friend of mine told me about a Truth or Dare game she played during high school. One of the girls was dared to take off her shirt and run down the street yelling fire. She accepted the dare and got arrested for indecent exposure. Story 12. It was at a girl's birthday party. Super conservative religious parents. She had been talking for weeks about how she got a tattoo without her parents' knowledge on her backside and was dared to prove it to us, her skeptical friends. She agreed by bending over the card table we were at, so everything waist down was out of view, dropping her pants and told me to come to confirm. I was standing behind this girl with her pants around her knees, bent over a table while the other people were laughing and cheering when her mother came downstairs and opened the door and saw this. Story 13. Oh my. I've had this one for a long time. When I was much younger, we had my younger cousin over. She came from a very bad home, but the state never would do anything. Anyways, I think she was 6 or 7 at the time. My sister, her, and myself decided to play Truth or Dare. Sister dared my cousin to eat some cat food. Seems gross enough. And being young, hey, that's funny. She picks some up and eats it without flinching a moment. We blindly stare in awe at what she did. What came next shocked us. My sister asked her how she ate it so easily, and her response, "Oh well, that is what we eat at home a lot." Yup, my uncle was starving his children to the point they were eating cat food to survive. Being young, we never said anything to anyone about it. A regret we have to this day. Story 14. Played Truth or Dare with my friends in high school. I was dared to go around my apartment building selling underwear. One guy opened the door and was actually genuinely interested in buying a 16-year-old girl's underwear, until his wife came out and started yelling at him. Me and my friends quickly left, but I'm pretty sure I caused a huge argument between them. Edit. Wow, my top comment is about selling underwear as a teenager. Story 15. Got dared to French kiss a girl I had a huge crush on, and somehow hit her nose with my tongue. And from then on it was, remember when that dude put his tongue up what's her name's nose? 25 years later and it still embarrasses me. Story 16. Middle school buddy was dared to go into closet and kiss this girl. Long time goes by, so we check on them. He was so nervous he peed himself, and they were trying to clean up the mess with the clothes that were hanging up. Story 17. Young, like 11 or 12, playing Truth or Dare with my friends outside at my house. One friend dares me to pee in the bird bath, which was in plain sight of where my parents and neighbors could see. I do it, he thinks it's funny. Next time it comes around to him, he chooses dare. Other friend dares him to drink the water in the bird bath. That went wrong on him quick. Story 18. Senior year in high school, was dared to kiss the girl I had a crush on. She was a very shy person to begin with, and her friends totally set the whole thing up to get us together. Because she liked me a lot. Go in to kiss her and she blushes furiously, farts loudly, and then scrambles to her feet and runs away crying. Story 19. Friend and I are home from college getting drunk. 16-year-old sister walks in with her girlfriends. Who wants us to play Truth or Dare? Friend and I agree as we are already intoxicated. Not even 3 dares in, one of the girls is dared to kiss my friend. He gets up and walks out of the room exclaiming, "I will not go to jail." Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate the bell button to receive notifications to my latest videos.